friends and fellow travelers, welcome to a new chapter on this Journey Well experience. My first ever challenge, and it starts in November, on November 1st, today. It is the Friendship and Community Tarot Challenge. And I want to tell you, if you don't have tarot cards, you can use the card I pull and the reflection I have to understand what it means to you. You can pull your own card. You can use your favorite holy book and meditate on the question and then open up to a page, touch a verse or a chapter and reflect on what that story is and how that is trying to give you a message from the divine to answer this question. All of these tools are prompts to allow us to journey in, because left to our own device, we will probably meander in ways that aren't going to grow us and challenge us. So if you feel that challenge, you don't understand, ask questions, so that we can figure out together how the message makes sense to you, what the Spirit is trying to tell you, because it's ultimately for your highest good and your empowerment. Nothing that you should read or find, it should never disempower you. It should never hurt you in a way. It should never harm you, which is feeling powerless and hopeless against it. It should never foster that energy in you. I promise you that. That is not what these are for. That's not what the challenge is for. So first, what we'll look at is the first question. And everything relates to friendship and community, how we engage with it, how we need to engage with it, what it's there for us, what we want out of it, and how to find it. So on day one, we're asking, where are you optimistic? And I ask this question because for us to find satisfaction in life, we have to find satisfaction in ourselves. I'm not a toxic positivity person. I'm not someone who believes that you have to be positive all the time. But if you can find a way to increase optimism in your life, well, then you've got something. And the way to increase optimism is find areas of mastery in your life. That's one way. I want these cards and this poll to make you think about that. How are you finding optimism? Where are you optimistic in your life? And to hold that at your heart and realize I need to embrace this, because when I embrace optimism, I can start to see other areas of my life with a lot more clarity. So I'm going to pull a card for myself and see where I'm optimistic, where I need to be made aware that I am being optimistic or I have optimism. The Queen of Swords. I would have never thought about this card before last month, because to me, the Queen of Swords, or the swords in general, is mind, it's clarity, it's decisiveness, it's action taking from my mental perspective and trust and belief that I have it. And this nurturing energy of it, this compassionate, calm peace, I think about the samurai swords, and I think about the idea of not engaging in a battle with anger, because even there was a story of a man who, a samurai who his brother was slain, so he had the blood right to exact vengeance. And he chased this man for years, and when he found him, he had him on the ground and was ready to drive his sword through him to exact his revenge, but the man spit in the samurai's face. In that moment, he took the sword away and walked away, because he knew in that moment he was killing out of anger, and that would have detracted from the blood oath. That wouldn't have given him vengeance in a healthy way. He would have been doing it from rage. So this Queen of Swords is telling me that, is to not, I have a reason to be optimistic that I'm finally using my mental powers, my conflict engagement out of love, not out of scarcity. I also didn't trust my brain. I have a TBI from my time in the war, and so I get a little bit sketchy when I feel like memory or mental stuff. I go, ooh, I don't like that. That's a really scary area for me, but it's growing and I have hope in that. I have hope that I can communicate because I've figured out ways to connect with that mental clarity. For me, I have to connect with my emotional brain, not my logical. If you want to talk about dates and math, I have a phone here because I can never remember what day it is. So I have to look at the day. Sometimes I get it wrong even still, but I have systems, and I'm much kinder on myself when I screw up. When I forget to hit record, I go, oh, well, I guess I get to do that again. And I hit record. I do screw up, but my kindness to myself is grown so much and I love it. So that's what I have for this message today. And, please subscribe to the channel because we have a whole month and we have some community announcements that we're going to be getting together via the internet live. And I hope to have a bunch of you there so that we can all talk and chop up this tarot practice, these challenges, ask questions, what you don't get, what you get, where you're having success, where you're having a little struggle, because it's community building. And that's what I want. So that's the Journey Well. Let's do this together. So subscribe to the channel. And until next time, Journey Well, my friends.